Welcome to Our Senses. In a world full of noise and conflicting information, how can you be sure your beliefs are accurate? Today, we explore a powerful cognitive tool, intellectual humility. I'm Ratha, and I'm glad you're here. We're starting a foundational discussion for navigating complex topics and making better decisions. The first principle of clear thinking is that you must not fool yourself. The surprising part is that you are the easiest person to fool. Think about that for a moment. This video addresses what we call intellectual blindness, the tendency to ignore our own ignorance. This preference for being certain over being correct leads to conflict and flawed decisions, especially in polarized discussions. By the end of this video, you will understand how to cultivate intellectual humility. This mindset allows you to treat your current beliefs not as permanent truths, but as temporary hypotheses. This mental shift turns the uncomfortable feeling of being wrong into a powerful tool for learning and improved relationships. We will cover three key areas. First, we will examine the science behind admitting ignorance. Next, we will explore the growth mindset as a shield for your ego. Finally, we will look at practical tools for seeking truth in a noisy world. Let's begin by acknowledging a fundamental difficulty. We prefer comfort over accuracy. Our minds naturally gravitate toward information that confirms what we already believe. This is called motivated reasoning, and it often makes us certain of opinions based on incomplete facts. The core problem is that we are constantly pulled into echo chambers, where we only hear confirming information. Our brain finds the comfort of being right much easier than the demanding work of being factually accurate. Intellectual humility is the mindset of treating your current beliefs not as fixed truths, but as bets. Like any good investor, you must be willing to update those bets when new, verifiable information becomes available. When you adopt this view, the act of being wrong transforms from a personal failure into a cognitive superpower. Mistakes are simply signals that your mental map needs improvement, leading to faster learning and personal growth. Now that we have established the value of intellectual humility, let's look at the foundational science behind it, the power of admitting ignorance. Modern science and human progress are built on a single Latin word, ignoramus, which means we do not know. This willingness to admit a gap in knowledge is the engine of all discovery, because it assumes everything we believe can be challenged. A helpful way to understand this is the dusty mirror analogy. Imagine your mind is a mirror meant to reflect reality, but it's covered in the dust of outside opinions and ego. If you don't clean it, you mistake the dust for reality. Intellectual humility is the act of wiping the glass to see the world as it is. This concept is simple. Your internal map of the world is never the actual territory. This recognition of our own limitations leads us to our next key concept, the essential difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their intelligence and beliefs are permanent. For them, being proven wrong feels like a personal attack. They view their ego as paper armor. It looks strong, but is easily torn by a conflicting fact, making them defend mistakes instead of fixing them. In contrast, a growth mindset views a mistake not as a failure, but as a valuable gift of new information. It means believing your intelligence and perspectives can be actively developed. This is steel confidence, earned through continuous learning and the mastery path of an eternal student. Understanding this critical mindset shift is the necessary foundation. This leads us directly to practical tools you can use to apply intellectual humility in your daily life. In a noisy world, effective truth-seeking requires specific strategies to overcome our mind's natural shortcuts. Our brains are meaning machines that prefer a coherent story, even if it's incomplete. This leads to the cognitive shortcut, what you see is all there is, where we assume our limited information is the whole picture. This causes us to dismiss good ideas if we don't like the person who said them. To combat this, use the lawyer strategy. When you face a debate, pretend you are a lawyer hired to argue the opposing side. Deliberately seek out facts that damage your own wishes and support your opponent's view. This is not about giving up your values. It's about strengthening your own position by understanding the full reality of the situation. By crossing the wires of your typical thinking, you ensure your conclusion is robust against any challenge. Our final step to fully adopting intellectual humility requires a deeper shift, detaching your self-worth from your opinions. When we treat our ideas like personal possessions, we trap ourselves in an ego cage and become defensive when they are questioned. The need to be right becomes more important than the pursuit of truth. Successful truth seekers view themselves not as the owners of knowledge, but as vessels, simply carrying information. Detaching your ego takes the pressure off you to be perfect, allowing you to focus on the information itself, not your role in owning it. We have covered how to move from a state of reactive monkey mind to a disciplined monk mind through intellectual humility. The core takeaways are simple. Embrace your ignorance as the first step to education. Treat your beliefs as hypotheses to be tested, and detach your ego from your ideas so you can grow without fear. Thank you for watching this foundational lesson on intellectual humility. If this information helps you think more clearly, please like this video and subscribe to Our Senses for more content. Leave a comment below with one long-held belief you would be willing to test, just to see what you might learn.